What's up, guys? Hope you guys are having a great day today. I am actually feeling better physically and emotionally. I'm not gonna lie, I went through last few weeks something that was really intense with COVID on top of that. But anyway, here we go. So there seemed to be some confusion with the assignments. The assignments that we went over today is, yes, you guys are correct. It's technically the exact same thing that's due tonight. I just wanted to make sure that you guys understood that there's two levels of court systems in America. You have federal court and you have state court. I also wanted you guys to take those notes and turn it in because I wanted to make sure that you guys were paying attention, because it's very important that you guys do that with what we do. With that being said, I'm going to re-go over for you guys the information, okay, so that we all understand. Okay, so the first level of courts, the smallest court in the land, is called municipal court. Okay? Municipal court, they take care of all the cities across the United States. Okay? Cities like St. Louis, Kansas City, Indianapolis, Louisville, Kentucky, okay? Columbia, Savannah, Jackson, yeah, even Orlando, Florida, have municipal court. The police officers will operate in the city of Orlando, and then they don't generally cross into other cities unless they get authorization. If there's a high-speed chase going on and they cross from one city to another, they'll signal that city that they can that they're going to cross until another police car from that city comes and takes over. Okay, municipal courts has to do with everything from traffic violations to drunk driving, underage driving, alcohol, parking fines, disorderly conduct, trespassing, health code violations, animal control. Okay. Usually when you go get a ticket, you pay your fine, or you contest it in court. Okay. As I said, most cities have a courthouse where that courthouse will listen to municipal trials. Every city in America that's of a decent population has a courthouse where they listen to these kind of issues every day. People are getting tickets for every day. Okay? The next level above that, the very next level, is called the circuit court. Okay? And in the circuit court, you have different structure. Okay? It's done by county. So here is a map. Here's a map of USA. Okay? You can see all the 50 states outlined like this, right? Okay, all those are the 50 states outlined. You see those smaller little lines? Those are called counties. Inside each county, there's cities. Okay? Inside each county, there's cities. Here's another map. Look at those are all the different counties of America. So the municipal court will take care of each city's minor problems. Okay? But then there's a county. And those counties have what's called a county capital. It's usually the biggest city in the county. It's called a county seat. Okay, it's called a county seat. So each county has cities, and the municipal court takes care of that. But then the county seat is the capital of that county that takes care of big cases like murder, theft, you name it. And that county seat, now obviously I taught in Wisconsin, right? You can see here the capital of each county, the county seat right there. Ashland County, Ashland. Milwaukee County, Milwaukee. Waukesha County, Waukesha. Lafayette County was Darlington. Lacrosse County is Lacrosse. So let's say you're driving away from the police and so let's say you're driving away from the police and they stop you. Let's just sprint. You're going through Chicago here. Okay, you're driving to. You stole the basketball from the Chicago Bulls arena. Okay, you leave Chicago and you go into West Loop. That's another city, right? But the police from Chicago, let's say they contact West Loop and they say, we're going to follow you until your cops come. Okay, then they follow you. The sheriff has the authority to go from one city to another that's in the same county. Okay? So each county has a county capital, and that county capital listens to very severe court cases. Okay? Those counties are divided into jurisdictions. A jurisdiction 10 consists of these counties. Jurisdiction 9 consists of these counties. Jurisdiction 8 consists of these counties. Jurisdiction 4 consists of these counties. 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All that means is that they share resources. Sometimes a judge will go from one place to another. If a county has, let's say they need money or they need something like that, or the courthouse needs arranging, they can help each other out. Okay. Wisconsin has 72 counties and they're divided into 10 districts. Right. I don't know. The state, let's say Florida. So let's see how many. How many? Florida's got 67 counties. And it looks like Florida has 20. Okay, so Florida has 20 circuit courts. That's just the county's arrangement. Each state has a different arrangement of counties. Okay. I taught in Wisconsin, so I just know the Wisconsin one. Okay. And then those counties, let's say you're found guilty in Circuit Court 9 or 8. Well, you can appeal your court case to the Court of Appeals in a state court, right? So let's say you're found guilty of robbing a bank right here in 9. You can appeal that in a Court of Appeals in, well, there's 3 districts. 4 in Wisconsin. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so you can appeal it. You can if the judge says you're guilty or the court says you're guilty, you can then say, well, I'm innocent. I'm going to take my case. I'm going to take my case before the Court of Appeals. Okay? Now, let's say the Court of Appeals finds you guilty. Well, then you take it to the state Supreme Court. The state operates. Oh, by the way, a state trooper. A state trooper has jurisdiction to operate within the entire state. So if you're being chased from one county to another, the sheriff can only operate within that same county. They'll signal ahead and they'll stay on your tail until they cross one county line. Then they'll let the other sheriff chase you. But a state trooper can cross all the county lines, and then the FBI is pretty much the federal police. So FBI agents can cross state lines. They don't even have to tell the police what they're up to. They're above that. So when you think FBI, think all 50 state police. Okay. Anyway, so you can contest that in the Court of Appeals, and then you can actually contest that all the way to the state Supreme Court. In this case, we're looking at Wisconsin. The capital of Wisconsin is Madison, right here. That is where the state Supreme Court is, where they upload laws. They make sure laws are constitutional, and they make sure that people have justice. All right. Michigan has a capital. It's called Lansing. Michigan has districts and counties and municipal courts, and then Lansing is the state Supreme Court. Okay. Then you have Ohio, Indiana, West Virginia, Florida. All these court cases are taking place across the nation. So the Wisconsin State Supreme Court only has authority to govern in Wisconsin, which leads us to the next step, interstate court, which is called federal court, right? So when you violate a law and you cross state lines, you're not just dealing with one state to another, you're dealing with federal court. All 50 states working together, right? So federal court has districts just like state court does, okay? Each state's a little different. By the way, what gives power to these people is the Constitution. Article 3 of the Constitution dictates how judges and jurisdictions are to be, okay? So in this case, Wisconsin has two federal court districts. If you violate the law in this area, you're going to go to the courthouse in this area. I don't know where that is. If you violate the law in this area, you're going to go to the courthouse that's located here. If I had to guess, it'd probably be Madison. Madison's the capital, right? I don't know where this one is. So you're going to go to that. You're going to go to one of those county courts. That's pretty much all it is. Okay, it's just where their headquarters are located and in which district you do it. Different states have different districts of federal court, depending on the state population. Let's see. California federal court districts. Let's take a look. So if you violate a law in this blue area, you're going to go to that district, capital, headquarters, wherever that is. You violate the law in this district or that district, is okay. So you guys get the picture. All right. So each state's a little different. Violating the law of a federal crime indicates kidnapping and murder between state lines. Tax evasion, it's a big one. Counterfeiting money, charges across state lines. Right. So Wisconsin has two districts. This guy's in charge of this district, so you'll go to his courthouse. This guy's in charge of this district, you'll go to his courthouse depending on where you violate the crime. Okay. The defendant is the person, this term refers to a person accused of doing something that was not legal, right? The defendant. So let's say that Wisconsin federal court finds you guilty of grand theft auto between state lines. Right? So you crossed from this state and you drove, there's the state line from Illinois, where Chicago is, to Wisconsin. Right? You cross the state line. Let's say they find you guilty of doing that. You then have the authority to appeal that. You can take it and you can test it to the Federal Court of Appeals. The Federal Court of Appeals, okay? So accused people who feel that their trial was unfair in a state court may contest it in a federal court. Here's the jurisdictions of the federal court. So you have 9, 10, 8, 7, 5, 11, 4. I don't know where the federal court buildings are in this area. I don't know where the 8 are. I don't know where this one is. I do know that in Chicago is kind of the 7th Federal Court of Appeals District headquarters. You can go there if you contest your court case in Wisconsin, Illinois, and Iowa. Those 3 states, Wisconsin, Illinois, and Iowa. The headquarters for that jurisdiction area is located in downtown Chicago, where this lady is. And if you watch this video link, you'll see that there was a guy who actually, in Wisconsin, was found guilty, actually admitted to doing it. And then this lady, Deanna Palma Wood, actually said that this man was innocent, not based off the trial that created the... She said that this kid was innocent because he was guilty because he pleaded guilty. But remember what we looked at. It's very important. In America, when we review court cases, we make sure that the court cases in themselves were done correctly. And if they're incorrect, you can actually go free. Okay? So what happened was this guy pleaded guilty, and then because the court case was done incorrectly, this lady let him go. The county of Chicago is called Cook County, and I knew a guy that worked in the Cook County jail, and the stories that were said were just crazy. Right now, let's say you want to contest your case all the way to the Supreme Court in Washington, D.C. You can, if you have the money and time. They're probably never going to listen to you. But the Washington, D.C., right here, the highest court of the land, make sure that all laws made by Washington and different states are following the Constitution, and then they make sure that people are being upheld correctly with justice. Okay? There are 9 judges altogether. We're actually missing a few. These judges are appointed by the president. Okay? They're appointed by the president. And Trump, I think Donald Trump he appointed 2 or 3, something like that. Donald Trump appointed 2 or 3. Remember, Donald Trump's very conservative. So when a president gets to appoint 2 or 3 judges, that's a big deal. That means that he shifted how they interpret law to be very conservative. Okay? So it's very important with the federal court. Okay? That's how it is. That's how it's taking place. Okay.